yeah, new patch note, guys. March 2nd, 2022. Garrel, new hero. I'm going to do the patch notes alongside Garrel. So we'll have a look. We'll have a little look. Go through his abilities, go through his traits or passives, his ascendants. Let's have a little look at Garrel then. So he looks great. He looks great. He's a cool looking hero. Like, he looks dope, right? He's got a bit square, but he's a little bit square, but he's a cool looking hero. And I've heard his ultimate and animations are real good. So his trait is grants 2 rage at the start of battle. Each attack grants 1 rage. 6 rage, removes all negative effects from this character, and activates a Azura state for 2 turns. So Azura is attacks in the flaming Azura state do extra damage based on Garrel's max health. Okay, so his damage is then scaling with his health, but what's the percentage on that? We need more info on this. What is the scale? What's the percentage here? There should be. We could do with a little percentage. Flaming Fist, so he deals once he's upgraded. By the way, this is in the index. I don't have him yet. I haven't done my summons yet. But 100% damage to 1 enemy, 20% more if a target has a positive effect. Okay. So he's like been made for Tulpa, kind of. Inferno Shock. When attacked, boost lifesteal. He has lifesteal. 50% and counterattacks with basic abilities. Triggered up to once per round. What is it? Wait. Boost lifesteal 50% and counterattacks with basic abilities. Oh, so that's when attacked. Okay, so it's a counterattack for 3 with lifesteal? That's pretty... Mind you, if you're getting nuked, then it's no use. His ultimate is Enraged Chain, which is a 3-turn cooldown. Grants attack up 1, not 2. And defense pierce up 2 for 2 turns. This is big. The defense pierce. It's only to himself, no allies, obviously. And then deals 150% damage to an enemy. I would have liked to have seen this number like 180 maybe. For a single target nuke, I feel like this is low. I know he has the defense pierce up, and obviously that's... But to me that, yeah. I feel like this could be a little bit more. For me to want to use him over, you know, like... So this grants... The upgraded Ascension effects, it grants 2. So it grants 1? I think the Ascension would be... It doesn't start with Rage, but with the Ascension he starts with 2 Rage. Okay, well, I mean, this is Garrel. His base attack is S136A. This is okay. I mean, it's good. He's got a little bit of health, not too much. He's low defense. Average kind of speed, 110. Like base crit rate of 6%. He's squishy. If he's not countering back. If he isn't countering back to get that lifesteal, he's a little bit squishy. What would you build him on? Because you obviously want him high attack, but you want him max health too. So high attack, max health, hero. Agility if you can get it. But then you're going to want precision as well. Nonetheless, a cool hero. And it's nice to have someone new added to the list. The index. Okay, let's go head back to the patch notes. So the new event is added Garrel's event, Flaming Fist. Unlocks after clearing adventure 7-8. Is that normal 7-8? Is that normal 7-8? I would assume it is. Summon added new advanced summon for Garrel. So this is yeah, a banner. When a player pulls a legendary hero, there's a 50% chance of it being Garrel. If the first pull was not successful, the next legendary hero summoned is guaranteed to be Garrel. So I've heard it's 202 summons guarantees you a Garrel. I've heard that it's the second pity, right? But then there's a 50% chance of it being Garrel to begin with. It gets adjusted effects of assassin set. Now this is a big change. This is huge. This is huge. So before it was 50% chance to deal 35% bonus damage, but now it's 50%. It's been up. This is big. That's 50% extra damage, not attack. That's pure damage. Okay, so it's very different than an attack scale. It's 50% of your total damage you've inflicted. So that is a lot. That is a lot. Okay, so assassin sets on snipers, 50% bonus damage. Holy crap! You have Nephalia. She's a single target hero. Okay, it's only her passive that makes her hit extra enemies. So you think of Nephalia's nuke already on an AoE scale with 50% bonus damage. That's massive, and it's a 50% chance. This is going to be my next set to farm, is Assassin. That's going to be my next set to farm. I need a Gangello though for Gemini Dragon. Whoa, okay, alright. This has got me hyped because I want that now. That's massive. You're nuking pretty much all arena teams if that procs. Even if they're tanky. As long as you hit, not deflect. Okay. So now in arena spells are limited to 1 per round. Okay, that's a good change. That's a really good change. So rather than it being 1 on your first turn and then your second turn with your next hero, it's per round. You kind of probably knew that anyway. It's me just blabbering. In-game chat and create. Okay, I'm not interested in that. Adjusted layout of the dungeon interface. Added current events to the dungeon main page and added a separate tab for endless trials. That's kind of okay. So they've edited the UI. Let's have a look. What's they done? What's this? Coming soon. Coming soon. We like to see this because this is what's to come. No Man's Land is the same. Arcane is the same. Wu Tower is the same. What did... Was it this? Is this Fire Slam that I've got to do? What was that? Oh. No, this is the same. Have they changed the adventure? No. Okay, well, ignore that, ignore that. Ignore that. Okay, so we'll move on to... obviously, the next thing. Multi-battle. Improved notifications of double experience bonus in multi-battle. That's handy. I don't quite know what they've done, but that's handy. Guild Boss increased the health bar limits of the Guild Boss. So what have they made Guild Boss harder? Have they made Guild Boss harder? Increase the HP bar limits. So does that mean that each level has a higher health? We'll check that out. Hero adjustment. Now this is where everyone was going crazy. And obviously I haven't looked at these yet. I know I'm a day late on this patch, guys. And for those that are chatting, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I'm just doing a patch note quickly for YouTube. Okay, because I've got to get my content out. I've got to start getting my content out. And yeah, alright. So I appreciate you coming in. But give me a minute, I'll talk to you in a sec. Fake Trick, Splatter. Okay, Splatter actually just said a good point on the multi-battle. Apparently this is annoying because it's in an annoying little pop-up every day. Okay, and Fake Trick said each level is higher health for Guild Boss. So it's harder to get a higher level. So they've nerfed that a bit. Okay, let's move on to the hero adjustments. First up is Evelyn Firstdawn. I like Evelyn Firstdawn. I value her greatly as a hero. Some people don't. Some people don't. Some people don't. It's one of those where she takes up a hero space, and to replace some heroes is hard. Okay, so Evelyn Firstdawn deals 100% damage to one enemy. Okay, so it's added the launches a joint attack with an ally, which is nice. That's nice because holy shit, that's nice. However, no, that is very nice. That's going to help some people progress. This is a bonus attack with an ally. The same as William does. Obviously, without the counter attack. But I like this change. This is a big change. I don't know if people have been highlighting this, but this is a big change for Evelyn Firstdawn. This could make her much more widely used. I'm going to be honest. We'll see. Could she be in a team with Scarlet? Scarlet, Jacob, Marion Shadowblood, Evelyn Firstdawn. Could that be doing something? All the extra attacks and the defense down 2 on a boss. We'll see. We can test it. We can test it because I've got those heroes built. We'll test that and we'll have a look, see what that's doing. Okay, next hero is Brandon. Brilliant. Special basic, lightning compression. Increased damage from 100% to 150%. This is a lot. However, I haven't looked a lot at Brandon Brilliant myself. I don't have him, and I try not to talk about heroes that I don't have because I don't know for sure. You know, unless you've used a hero, it's hard to imagine it. But I think lightning compression is his AoE. However, it's an increase. It's an increase of damage, 50% and 20%. So, a lot of you will be happy about that if you're using him, I'm sure. Godfery. So, before... What's been changed here? Deals 100% damage to one enemy and applies unhealable for 2 turns. So, it's been buffed. Applies unhealable for 2 turns and silence for 1 turn. Okay, it's a bit more CC there for Godfery, which is useful. Especially in Arena. Increased damage dose efficiency from 120 to 150%. Demon Rebirth increased the health. That's Balberith. Sorry, ignore me. Godfery's had a nice change over silence being added to his special. That's the silence is very nice. It's taking a hero out of the game for a turn. Okay, Balberith increased the health after revival. 30% unascended, 60% ascended. And it's been upgraded to 50% unascended and then 80% ascended. So it's nearly a full heal. A full revive. But is he still... I still wouldn't use Balberith at the moment. He may help in some stages on Tower this month, though. He may do. I'm still not a lover of Balberith. I'm sorry if you're a Balberith lover. He looks great, don't get me wrong. I wish he was a bit better or more useful. But right now, for me, Balberith isn't one of the heroes to be using. There are other heroes to focus on. Ciara. So Absolute Zero, which is her ultimate. 120% damage to all enemies. That hasn't had a buff, okay. That hasn't had a buff. Oh my god, I'm sorry. That hasn't had a buff. 50% chance to apply Frozen for 1 turn. A chance increased to 80% if the enemy is affected by Frostbite. So it's been changed to plus 50% damage to the main target, which is the target we target. And then the ads will get 120%. So the person targeted or the enemy targeted gets 170%. And all the enemies get 120. Applies Frozen for 1 turn. Okay, so you can actually pinpoint who you want to freeze. And then you have a 50% chance to apply Frozen to surrounding targets for 1 turn. Chance is increased to 80% if the enemy is affected by Frostbite, which would be good for, say, Myla. Myla with Ciara. This is a good change to Ciara, and you know what? This actually makes her even more viable. She's needed this change too. There's a lot of good changes here. These are a lot of good changes. You can pinpoint a freeze, okay? And as long as it doesn't get resisted, I don't know if it's actually got a chance on that freeze, other than the hard check resist. And then obviously you've got the chance still to freeze the ads. This is a great change to Ciara. I can see it being more useful, especially more useful for Tower now. It's less RNG. There's a bit more damage too. It could be useful in Arena, maybe not. It's still not going to be a lot of damage to, say, a wood hero or a water hero. I don't know, we'll see. I think people may. That'll be interesting. I know Lydia here has a good buff. So this is oh wow. Oh. Okay, so the dodge before was 20%, after it's 35%. Stylan and Lydia. Oh, bro. Oh. That's disgusting. Stylan and Lydia. If you have her Ascension 5, build her. Build her now. Alone, and we know that if she dodges, she counterattacks with a 200% damage. And if it lands as a critical strike, we then ignore 50% of defense. She has become a beast. She has become a beast. Woo, woo. Guys, I'm scared. I'm scared of this. The 20% lifesteal makes this. Wow. Oh my god, this is. Okay, I can't look at this anymore. I have a Lydia, but no, I don't have one. Okay, moving on. Moving on. She was my first legendary I pulled, by the way. And I haven't even built her. Okay, Yolanda. So, did she need a change? Applies immune and attack up 2 to an ally for 2 turns. That was before or after. This has been a big change. Applies immune and attack up 2 to an ally for 2 turns. Grants target a bonus turn at the end of the round. Wow. Oh, dude. These are great buffs. These are making these legend heroes legend. Ultimate Shield of Light decreases skill cooldown from 6 to 5 turns. Crit resistance increased from 30 to 50%. Those are good changes too. Yolanda is definitely a force now. With that bonus turn especially. granting that target the attack up too, and immunity with the bonus turn. It's almost like getting your spell, isn't it? Your leap spell, but with buffs. Savannah. See, I like Savannah. I don't use her, but I like Savannah as a hero. She's got a cool set. You pair Savannah with Windstrex and you can reset her ultimate straight away, and it's pretty cool. Special Chains of Vengeance. Increased duration of crit damage up from 1 to 2 turns. Is that the change? Wow, okay, so yeah. So you're getting crit damage up. Oh, wow, that's amazing too. Crit damage up. That's 50% crit damage, by the way. So that's 2 turns you're getting with that. Ultimate adjusted the effect of revenge. So it is, before it was attack increases by 20%, maximum of 3 stacks. Now it's only, okay, that's nice. Attack increases by 30% and you get 2 stacks on max. So that's a nice change. Savannah, I'm going to show you Savannah. And why this is nice. So, obviously, you'd want to build a high attack. Okay, you want to build a high attack because your attack, when she dies, goes straight to an ally. That can't be designated. It is a random ally. And it is on Ascension. 50% unascended. Which is still a fair amount of attack. So, you can't use her ultimate to begin with. It's at a max cooldown at the start of battle. Okay, so this is why you would need to use with Windstrex to reset that ultimate. So you could use it, say, straight away, as long as you don't need to buff. So you may want to use it on the second turn, the second round, with Windstrex to reset that while she has attack up from Windstrex. It's a 300% damage. You know, it's a big nuke, big single nuke, bang. And then obviously that grants revenge, which grants 30% attack. The next time you sorry, I had a different train of thought then, but the next time you use this ultimate, you'll get 2 stacks with 60% attack increase, which means you're going to be granting a huge amount of attack to an ally if she dies. However, what I was going to go to was Chains of Vengeance. This 50% crit damage, the reason I'm saying build high attack is because we're getting granted 50% crit damage from this special ability for 2 turns. For 2 turns now. Which is all those characters. Yeah, and see, this on use, that is on a critical strike, by the way, that it grants this. You have to have high crit, high attack. Ignore crit damage on Savannah, go for attack and crit rate. And precision. Attack, crit rate, precision. Because you want to be proccing this extra 50% crit damage. That's a huge bonus to your stats. This, though, it reduces the cooldown on all of your abilities by 2 turns each time it's used. That can't be used to begin with. Either you're stuck with a basic attack, which deals 100% damage to an enemy and reduces all of his character's ability cooldowns by 1 turn. So everything reduces the cooldowns. But we can refresh this with Windstrex, so don't forget that. Okay, and this is what can make Savannah, maybe people haven't built anything with her yet. She could be a certain boss nuker, we don't know. She's wood, so we don't use her so much. I don't think she'll do enough damage to take down Queen, for instance. Okay, well, let's go back to the patch notes. Hector, War Axe throw will now apply precision up to self. Massive for Hector there, getting the extra precision. Ciara is Dark Shred will now apply precision up to self. These are huge changes in Arena. These are huge changes in Arena, and they needed this. Hydrissea, okay, so the change to Hydrissea, It's been attacks have a 50% chance to grant a bonus attacks. After is attacks have a 40% chance to grant a bonus attacks. 15% chance per valid hit on the enemy. By valid hit, does that mean not a deflected hit? I assume that means if it lands, it doesn't get deflected. Yeah, which is fair enough. But that is a little bit of a buff to Hydrissea. I would still have liked to have seen a bit more attack increase on her ultimate. Or at least her splash damage being able to crit. Her splash damage should be able to crit or deal a bit more damage. It doesn't scale very nicely at all. Lightwing Zachary, what another hero I haven't really touched. So it now grants minus 30% damage taken when taking a critical strike. This is going to hurt all of us in Void Tower. This is going to hurt all of us in the Void Tower. Increased damage from 80% to 100. And Chaos Punch has had an increase in damage too. Tower's going to be a pain. Okay, Kane. Increased damage per hit from 30% to 50%. This is nice. Boulder Throw will now apply a shield equal to 20% of max health for 2 turns to self. This is a nice change for Kane. Not enough though for making me use him. He does have uses though, especially with his basic. He strips buffs. Or is that his? Okay. Thomas, hero I do like though I haven't used or built. Before, when his HP was above 50%, he would attack. Attacks have a 15% ascended, 30% chance to apply stun for 1 turn. When HP is below 50%, attacks deal bonus damage equal to 3%. 5. Okay, so it's true damage off of his. Yeah, okay. So after, now it is when health is above 50%, attacks have a 30% chance to apply stun for 1 turn. That comes as standard. No ascension needed. That is a nice chance, obviously, to stun. When he's ascended, he has the same with the chance to stun, and when taking more damage than 30% of the character's max health, grants shield equal to 30% of max health for 2 turns. Can be triggered once per turn. Or once per round, sorry. Okay, so... But we wouldn't build them on health. Interesting. Explosive Arrow has had an increase in damage from 100% to 120%. Special and passive range support increased damage from 100 to 120. And a 50% chance to remove a positive effect. That's nice too. Lordrec now deals bonus damage to 3% of the character's max health. And this is one of the reasons why we hold on to our gear we roll. Or we get. So we you know, like I've gotten a lot of max health gear with crit rate, crit damage on. And this is one of the reasons why it's important to hold on to certain pieces of gear. Because we're going to get new heroes, we're going to get patch changes, and we never know how it's going to change. So we make that gear may become more useful in the future. So don't just go feeding all your gear. Okay, if it's got the stats, if it's got the rolls, save it. Save it for a later date, guys. Okay. Virgil. Arcane Sanction effect increases true damage from 10% to 20% and will recover 10% of his health. That's a lot of true damage extra. Hugh, Blade Dance will now apply decreased damage taken for 2 turns. That doesn't make me interested in Hugh. Borden will now stealth at the beginning of turn. That's great. That's really nice, especially for PvP in arena, and also tower, because you don't want Borden getting hit. We have him as a glass cannon. He's a nuker. Mognar. So I think I read a little bit on this one last night. So his basic has been increased from 60 to 100% and applies defense down for 2 turns. 1, not defense down 2. Okay, so it's 30%, not 50. If the enemy is affected by defense down, applies defense down 2 for 2 turns. Okay, nice. That's nice. So we can We can pinpoint a certain hero to have 50% defense decrease for 2 turns. Poem of Nard. The rework is changed to a passive skill when health is below 50%, grants a shield for 2 turns. If this character already has a shield, grants a bonus turn, can be triggered every 2 rounds. Okay, so a Brand and Mognar. A Brand and Mognar could be interesting there. Get a bonus turn. It's interesting. Its ultimate increases damage from 150 to 180. If the target it's removed if the target is affected by stun. It grants 100% attack before the attack. It now gives you no. So it's removed that completely? What? He would have been a little bit too good, I think. I don't know. I might actually try Mognar. I may actually build Mognar just for the hell of it to try him. So the spell adjustments is Raging Aura has been nerfed down to 30% attack for the current term. Water Prison has been nerfed. It will apply stun on an enemy for 1 turn. It will only remove 1 of their positive effects. It no longer strips all of their buffs. All of their buffs. Graphics and UI optimization. Optimize the effects during a battle for the following heroes: Imogen, Balberith, Jacob, Lordrec, Irindil, Urian, and Alson. Okay. The ultimate skill animation for the following heroes: Mohex, William, Brusac, Rickard, and Kyle. So they've changed the layouts for male templates. They've adjusted the tab positions, the layouts, and text color in the friends interface. Fix certain text overflow errors. Report an error of the Void Tower. Fix the translation error of Vanguard set in traditional Chinese. Fixed other display errors. So, like, some amazing changes. Some amazing changes to the game. Some amazing changes to the game.